Alrighty, what you just watched was the leg workout that I hit last night. I kept it very technical, kept it very intensity based, but also, keeping some left in the tank because I'm currently, let's check this calendar. I'm 5 days out from the fight, so we're keeping everything pretty mild in terms of the stimulus that we're getting to the muscles because I'm not going to get injured before the fight. Granted, I do want to keep power, I do want to keep strength, but I'm not getting injured. The video that I'm doing right now initially was going to be a voiceover over the workout, but it was so boring, and I didn't want to keep you guys get you guys bored by just listening to me ramble on about belt squats and hamstring curls. So instead, we're going to discuss why a less high volume approach in terms of training day intensity is going to be better than training 6 days a week. And by less, I mean probably around 3, maybe 4. Now, I got bigger with much less. I got bigger with much less because I was able to recover from my workouts. Many of you who are watching this video probably work out a ton. It's your passion, and you have no issue getting to the gym. Some of you probably struggle to get to the gym, and it doesn't matter how much you enjoy it or hate it. You got to find some middle ground because going 7 days a week is going to destroy your body, destroy your CNS. Your joints are going to be messed up, and I experienced that for a while. I couldn't raise my arm above my shoulders. I was injured constantly. I tendonitis in my elbows. I tore something in my both shoulders. Had like a partial labrum tear in one, and then I had rotator cuff damage in the other from overdoing it. So that's obviously the wrong approach. But training once or twice a week is also, it's going to be better than nothing, but it's also not the best approach either. So we have to meet somewhere in the middle. And the number that I have seen best for me personally is 3 to 4 days a week. Now, I train MMA and BJJ and striking much more than I lift. I'm talking about like these last few weeks have been 12 to 16 classes total a week, in addition to weightlifting and cardio sessions, which probably isn't the best. It is a little bit more maintainable. If you were to lift for 4 hours a day hard, have the same intensity as you do like the conditioning workouts that I like, the conditioning striking based or grappling based workouts, you'd be a lot more fried. So striking and grappling are going to be a better and easier to recover from. Granted, it's not going to be something that works in the muscular system, which is why it's easier and better to recover from. But when you look at the muscular system, there's only a certain amount of sets and and quality reps that you can recover from each week training at a certain intensity. Now for biceps, I think that they came out like 12 to 15 sets is like the most you can recover from, which is literally 3 exercises, 4 sets per exercise. Like that's very little compared to like what people think you need the stimulus of growth. And so like less is more is the better approach. In a perfect world, I think hitting legs once a week hard, back once a week hard, and upper once a week is going to be, quite honestly, probably one of the better ways to train, because you might not be getting 100% of the gains from the workouts, but you are avoiding the injuries, the massive amounts of fatigue that come with it. You're avoiding the lengthy recovery times if you're training hard every single time. Now, I know the studies say that like 2 times a week per muscle group is going to be best. Granted, I think you got to be really careful then. I think it can be possible if your joints are in great shape, if you're getting great sleep, if you're eating great food, if you're in a bulk, probably is possible and might be optimal for you if it's your life. But most of us normies who have like a lot of other stuff going on, and for me personally who's training for a fight, you have to keep a more drawed back approach. You can't train 6 times a week hard hypertrophy strength and expect to get better. The best deadlifters and squatters that I've met squat and deadlift once a week. It's just they can't recover from more because once you get stronger, you become more efficient at the exercise, but your body also takes more of a load as you get stronger, as your joints get more loaded. It's very hard to overtrain a person who is just getting into the gym because their muscles can't handle much weight, and so they're not going to be optimal at moving huge amounts of weight, if that makes sense. Like in relation to like what they could be lifting, like their max, it's not going to have the same load on their body as someone who is squeezed out every bit of strength that you can for a movement. Like for me pulling like my max deadlift 655. If I pulled a 655 single, it would take me a day and a half to recover from it because I've gotten so efficient at maxing out the capabilities of the body. If someone who is new to the gym doesn't really know how to deadlifted their max, that really isn't their max because they're not lifting it fully, that their joints, the joint to strength ratio hasn't been maxed out yet, it wouldn't be the same on their body as it would be for me or an advanced lifter. And so realizing that the less is more approach has to be taken advantage of when you get later onto your training. Now, I think you can. The optimal amount will probably be 4 times a week. And you can always throw in some conditioning sessions too, because those are going to have a very minimal load on the body. But to keep it for all the big muscle groups, 1 time a week is generally what I've seen is the max. You can throw in some accessories on some other days because it's going to be easier to recover from those. But you can't train more than 4 times and expect to get better, especially if you're lifting hard and heavy. Now for me, what allowed me to like really surpass my earlier physiques, because I was strong, I was big many years ago. I wasn't nearly as strong and as big as I am now and lean as I am now. You have to throw. You can't neglect cardio. Now cardio allowed my work capacity to increase, allowed my recovery to increase, allowed me to look a lot leaner than I am, and so that kind of built the physique that you see in front of you. And you can recover from a lot more cardio than you can strength-based exercises. So when you throw that into like perspective, you can train hard, you can get the benefits of increased artery and vein capacity. You look leaner because of your body becoming more efficient at moving blood flow around. You recover a little bit better. Your work capacity is increased. You can lift harder and longer on those 4 workouts a week, because more than 4 is going to be bad for you. And it just makes you look leaner and allows you to lean out and feel good. Also, allows you to eat good food. Like it has good benefits for your body storing, calories and whatnot as well too. Another thing too is you can train abs pretty frequently as well. 2-3 times a week is going to be totally fine. And that's what made my abs really pop in terms of, having very visible abs. I think that for athletes, abs have to be almost a main muscle group in terms of how you train them, because so much of the power, like when you throw a punch, comes from the core. When you obviously have to throw someone off you in wrestling, it comes from the core. Stabilizing comes from the core. Being able to take a hit, your abs are going to help protect you in regards to that. So abs frequently are going to contribute to your physique and to your sport as well too. I think that it's a must to have like ab training inside the workout. And then you got to understand carbs and high protein. You got to use carbs strategically around your workout, not throughout randomly throughout the day, because your body and how it uses those carbs, so the insulin response, you want to keep the insulin response super sensitive. So when you take in carbs, you want the insulin to be shuttled and immediately used for energy. You don't want your insulin to spike and then crash and then to have poor recovery, poor energy for the rest of your day, because your body is so deconditioned to carbs. Also understanding this, you got to use protein around your workouts too. Protein, eat it throughout the day. It's filling, it's satiating, it'll make you feel better. For me personally, utilizing protein that's easy to absorb through meats and through whey protein was the best and easiest way for me to do all of that. And it allows me to have energy, allows me to feel good throughout the day. And it's something that most Americans neglect, because they'll either eat crappy sources of protein that are super high in saturated fats, or combined with very unhealthy complex carbs your body can't digest well. The best way to do it is simple carbs and high protein combined together before and after your workout. Now, some people do it better fasted, but you should have some form of protein and some form of carbohydrate to be absorbed for recovery before and after your workout. Before and after one of your 4 workouts. Granted, like I said earlier, cardio can influence that a little bit too. But by understanding this, this is sort of like the blueprint that I've been using to getting bigger, to getting stronger. Obviously, I can't tell you how many calories you need. I can't tell you how much protein you need exactly. But, understanding the general blueprint to allow you to max out your capabilities without overtraining, without getting injured, without getting burned out, this is how you do it. It doesn't take doesn't take 30 hours a week. If you spend 5 hours in the gym a week, maybe an hour extra doing cardio, maybe 2 hours, I'd say good, having a lot of cardio is going to be good because your body adapts really well to it, and then focus around diet, sleep, and eating and recovery, you're going to be an absolute unit. You're not going to be overtrained, you're not going to hurt. It's going to make you a much better athlete long term, and that's where I'm going to leave this video. And those are the sort of principles that I've been applying that have really made a huge difference for me, and what will make you an incredible athlete as well too. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I want to talk more about this. I really enjoy this topic a lot. I really enjoy setting you up for performance, setting myself up for performance, and I'd love to go into the subject more. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Peace.